In this video, I wanted to show you how you could use imagery and tapping in order to improve your sleep or to fall asleep faster. It was interesting when I was on the 24 hours of tapping with Jean Montrestelli. We did imagery and we talked about the 5 channels of expression, the way energy wants to express out of the body. And it's so interesting when it comes to imagery because it's a safer way to process the energy and reduce the intensity around not being able to sleep. And yet it's all with images. It doesn't work for everyone. I'm a very visual person, so imagery is probably one of my favorite ways of doing tapping. But today, let's do a round of tapping or two on imagining what that image is for you when you think about going to bed at night. Jean's was twisted like a pretzel. Mine is feeling like someone is taking a baseball bat to my head, going bang, 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 wake up. And so for you, what would that image be? So play along with me in this video and let's see what comes up for you. For those who don't know me, my name is Carol Richard. I am the founder of the Sleep Success Academy, where we help sleep deprived individuals get the sleep that they need. And we can do this through fun and play, which is what we're going to do today. If you don't already have a copy of my free guide, 5 action steps to improve the quality of your sleep, go to my website, sleepsuccessacademy.com. Scroll down about halfway through on the homepage, and you'll be able to put your name and your email address, and you'll receive a copy in your mailbox. And at the same time, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can get notified every time I put a new video. All right, so first thing is, what are the 5 channels of expression I just mentioned? So my mentor, Nancy Forrester, from the National EFT Training Institute here in Canada, she talks about the 5 channels of expression. So the first time I heard this, I was very curious because I know myself, like, yes, I have emotions, yes, I have body sensation, but I also have very vivid imagination. So these are the 5 channels of expression. The first one is emotions. Like we're sad, we're angry, we're resentful, whatever emotion comes up. That's one way we express the energy out of our body. The second one is our sensation. So our body sensation, some people say, oh, I just could feel that in my gut, or like my throat got tight or something like that. We also have our mind, which our mind will say like our thoughts and our belief. That's another way that we express the energy. And another one is our behaviors. So either we procrastinate or shut down and don't do anything, or we act in a way, or we do something like eating too many cookies, or maybe having one too many glasses of wine before bed, that are behavior based. So those are 4 of the channels, and the 5th one is imagery. And really, imagery is my favorite. It's a safer, gentler way to use tapping using an image. And so if someone has a big emotion and it's overwhelming to the nervous system, using imagery will be less overwhelming. And what I love about this is the image will change as we tap. Usually the image starts as like dark, dreary, twisted, something that has the energy of like, ugh. And as you're tapping on the image, what will usually happen is the image becomes a brighter, sunnier image, little girl dancing or something like that. So that's what I want to talk you through today. How would you use this imagery? What does the image look like for you? And let your imagination make it up. Like, don't force an image, just whatever your mind gives you, and just play and have fun with it. So the question to set this up is, just when you think about going to bed tonight and you imagine yourself laying in your bed, what's the image that pops for you? Right? Gene, he said, twist it like a pretzel. I have this bam, bam from the Flintstones with a baseball bat hitting my head, bam, bam, bam. Could it be a jackhammer that's constantly going? Could it be a record player that's never stopping? What is it for you? So just really think of this image. And once you have it, you can just write down what the image is. For the sake of this demonstration, let's use twist it like a pretzel. And now that you have the image, really think about 0 to a 10. How much intensity does that image bring up in your body or in your nervous system? Once you have that information, then let's do some tapping. And it's quite simple. You're going to tap using all the points, and you're just going to use the visual of the image. So even though I have this image, of me being twisted like a pretzels in my bed. I deeply and completely love and accept who I am. And even though just thinking about going to bed tonight, the image that pops up is me being twisted like a pretzel. In this moment, I'm okay. And even though it feels like I'm being twisted like a pretzel when I'm trying to sleep, right here, right now, I'm okay. So on the points, we're just going to say twist it like a pretzel. Twist it like a pretzel. Yeah, I'm seeing myself twisted like a pretzel. Seeing myself twisted like a pretzel. Seeing myself twisted like a pretzel. Totally twisted like a pretzel. Twisted like a pretzel. And under the arm, twisted like a pretzel. Right, so you reset. Maybe you take a drink of water. Just let that process. And then bring the image again in your mind, twist it like a pretzel. So what is the image like for you now? Did it change? Did it stay the same? If it stayed the same, you could do another round and say, even though I am still twisted like a pretzel, because we're just moving the energy and it can take a few rounds for it to move. For me, it changed, even though it wasn't a true image, but this is how energy works because it's working on some level. I'm still twisted like a pretzel, but it's more like I'm twisted like a mummy. I've got like this white mummy kind of wrapping around me. So that's how my image changed. And if I do the intensity 0 to a 10, probably an 8 now compared to a 10 before, or like it's gone down, it's not as high. So now I'm going to do tapping with the new image. So even though I'm now wrapped up like a mummy, I acknowledge that this image just changed. And even though I'm now wrapped up like a mummy, I don't know what that means. But right here, right now, I'm okay. And even though I am now wrapped up like a mummy, I deeply and completely accept who I am. And on the points, wrapped up like a mummy, wrapped up like a mummy, wrapped up like a mummy, wrapped up like a mummy. And always listening for a voice in your head that adds to this. And the words that came up for me was unable to move, wrapped up like a mummy, but unable to move. Yeah, unable to move. Again, I'm going to reset. Just kind of look around the room, thinking about being wrapped up like a mummy. Now the image changed again. So interesting. One of the arms is no longer wrapped up. My whole body is wrapped up, but I've got one arm that is free. And the intensity is a little bit less. So I'm going to tap again. So even though I can now see that I have an arm that is free. That's interesting. And I deeply and completely love and accept who I am. And even though the wrapping is becoming undone, I can now see that I have an arm that is free. In this moment, I'm okay. And even though this is so strange, but my arm is free, I acknowledge that that's my image right now. And my arm is now free. My arm is free. The wrapping is becoming undone, and the arm is free. My arm is free. My arm is free. The wrapping is becoming undone. Oh, the arm is free. All right, again, we stop, we reset, we look at what. So this is the process. You look at the image, you rate it 0 to 10, you tap around, you kind of reset the image. Is it the same? Did it change? And then go with what happens, right? We want to let organically whatever wants to happen. For me right now, I'm just starting to feel a little bit of twisted in my gut. So I would start tapping using those words. And I would just keep going until I was done or until I wanted to stop. And this is why I like imagery. We don't usually are holding a huge emotional overload. It's just an image that's changing. And as the image changes, we usually start feeling better. So give it a try. I'm really curious to see what your image is going to be, what pops up in your mind as you do this. And also let me know if it helped you calm down before bed, or you don't have to do this before bed. You can do this anytime during the day because we're just using your imagination. We just need a quiet room where we can sit and listen to our internal telling us what the image is so we can tap through it. If you need support, you know how to reach me, support at sleepsuccessacademy.com. And I wish you joy on your journey to better sleep.